This pandemic has made 2020 as the worst year ever, but I won't say 2020 has been that bad because this pandemic turned out to be really good for the streaming services. So let's talk about them today. Streaming services, and streaming services, right? It is the age of streaming services. Of course, many of you are aware of the streaming services, and of course, like most of you are, I could say, like more or less all of you are using the streaming services. Even not all the streaming services, maybe most of them. Of course, we all have heard about Netflix. That's how it started. Of course, there were a few more other services before that, but then again, the big guy, Netflix. Heard about the Amazon Prime, of course. Yes, I believe a lot of us do have that thing. Then something came up which is called the Disney Plus, and in India, so we call it as the Disney Plus Hotstar because it merged with Hotstar. And then a new thing came up. It's called the HBO Max. Streaming services are like pack of goodness. Okay, it has everything from movies to TV series, be it animated movies, animated series, and of course, our fan favorite animes out there too. But most importantly, every streaming service needs to have their original content because that's what people look forward to, because that's the new stuff, right? And till now, or as we can say, as of now, what I can see and what many of us do see is that Netflix has the maximum number of original content, series and movies, whatever you say. So there are many streaming services, many of them, but today I'll be talking about in the context of India because I'm from India, and of course it'll be sensible to talk about the streaming services that are active in India and what they are providing, right? So I will start off with the big baddie, that's Netflix. Of course, it has done really good during this pandemic, and I've seen the numbers actually went through the roof, like people using Netflix and going after its original content because it has a lot of them. And you go to the coming soon section, right? And you will see like one thing or the another, something will be there coming in Netflix. And it's interesting for India. It's like we got some best series like the Sacred Games, right? And many more. On an average, even the anime content in Netflix India, I would say is not less. There's a ton of them, and as recently I've read somewhere, it's My Hero Academia got the most watched anime during the pandemic time, of course. And I'm not kidding, even I started watching that series during the pandemic, and a lot of animes too. And Netflix has always delivered, and whenever the word streaming services comes up, Netflix is the first thing that comes up to everyone's mind because, again, maximum number of original content and series, right? Next one is Amazon Prime. Yes, now Amazon Prime has been doing really good too. Now in India, something called the infamous Mirzapur season 2 came out, and it did really well. Of course, same did the better than the first season, of course. And we got Jack Ryan season 1, season 2. We have no idea when season 3 is coming out. And of course, The Boys. Amazing series, amazing. Season 2 was just unpredictable. It was great. So again, these are one of those original content which Amazon has to provide. Again, not as much as Netflix, but I would surely say some competitor, because in India, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, and of course if you're a Prime member too, so it helps you in both way, right? Because with the Prime services helps you to get your stuff delivered way before time, and like express delivery, all those stuff. Now it's Hotstar. Of course, it was called Hotstar before in India, and then of course they were bought by Disney, so now they're known as Disney Plus Hotstar. We were all excited as hell when we got to know Disney Plus Hotstar is coming to India, and when it came, we were like crazy because we got to see all, those different like Net Geo and Marvel, Star Wars, and everything. And of course, why not? You get to see the whole Marvel slate. All Marvel content are there in Disney Plus. Apart from that, The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian in Disney Plus has been really amazing. Of course, it's an award-winning show. Season 1 was off the roof, and Baby Yoda really won a lot of hearts. And moving forward, there's one small problem with Disney Plus Hotstar. I repeat again, not enough original content. As of now, I can just see Mandalorian as in a good original series. Maybe WandaVision will be coming up next year, but in Jan. But before that, yeah, that's it. Because it's not even close to what Amazon is offering. I know it's a good platform. A lot of things can be done there, and I know a lot of projects are going on, but as of now, not that much. There's a new streaming service just came up in May 2020, if I'm not wrong, and that's called the HBO Max. Yes, I know. When I say HBO Max, most of the Snyder fans and myself, it comes up like Snyder Cut. Yes. Now the HBO Max did come up, and to be honest, it has not yet arrived in India. I don't know when it will come in India. I just hope it comes before the Snyder Cut. But my concern, I won't say it's a concern, because I've seen the stuffs coming up in HBO Max, and I'm telling you, they're good stuff. Literally good. They're getting a lot of original series. I'm keeping aside all those other movies, DC movies or DC animated movies out there, or the other HBO movies. I'm talking about the original content out here. So these are really good. I mean, if you see, they came out with movies like the series like Raised by Wolves, and the Witches that came out, Anne Hathaway's Witches, and a lot of them are coming up in HBO Max. And of course, Snyder Cut will be coming up in HBO Max, followed by Peacemaker in future by, of course, James Gunn, and of course the Batman prequel thing. Unfortunately, the writer has exited the Batman film. Of course, we'll find a new one. There shouldn't be much of an issue into it. And again, the Green Lantern series, many more. Let's keep those things aside. My point is, even HBO Max is getting a lot of content, I would say, original content. That's what it is. My personal feel is that when I got to know about the movies getting delayed, a lot of DC movies, Marvel movies, which were supposed to get released this year, which did got released delayed to this year's fall, then winter, next year. And even next year movies got delayed to 2022, some 2023, some still undated. I feel that movies like, I know it's just my opinion, guys. Movies like Black Widow should be released in the streaming service, or any other movies. I know they're blockbuster movies, they can earn a lot of money, that's why they don't want to. But we know what happened to Tenet and Bill and Ted. Okay, especially Tenet, of course. And even though in near future, we think when this COVID will go down, and even if it go down, people won't just jump out to watch those movies. Still the numbers won't be that high. But what I'm saying, rather than releasing all those movies nearer to each other and actually compromising the box office numbers, it's better to release few of them in the streaming services, so at least they can get as many subscribers as they can get. Imagine Warner Brothers are releasing Wonder Woman in HBO Max. They'll get a ton of subscribers. Even the people who have not subscribed now, they will buy that, and they will start streaming. Now, talking about the prices, of course, as of now, I'm keeping India in the content. I would say Amazon Prime is the least expensive that among all of them, because we do get the services of Amazon Prime with our cell phone connections, actually, with the services from the service providers, or even though it's just 1,000 rupees per year, that's it. I'm like, that doesn't feel that much, right? 1,000 per year. Even Disney Plus Hotstar is also, if I'm not wrong, it's somewhat close to 1,200, I think so, or 16, something close to that. But it's still a good deal. Netflix, it's like a monthly 200, and with all, like, for like 2 people to view it, and of course without watching it on a PC or a laptop, it's 200. And if you need the HD and HD versions, and that's of course 799 or 69 something, so it's close to that. And I know it's not cheap, but then again, people do go for Netflix first than any one of them, because of its content, of course. That's what makes the content matters, guys. If the content is good, people are ready to pay for it. As I've heard, HBO Max is going to be most expensive as compared to all 3 of them. I say that's not a good thing as of now, but maybe if they have too many contents and good stuff, it might work out in future. But I will say again, HBO Max has not yet arrived in India, so we have no idea about it, at how many, like what will be its price and other stuff. Now, yesterday, day before yesterday announced, but yesterday we got a news update, as they had, Amazon and HBO Max had a deal, and HBO Max is coming up in the Amazon Fire Stick. That's a great news, but again, not in India. Just to clear things, guys, because they said in the Amazon Fire Stick and in the Fire devices, in the HBO app will be changed into HBO Max. Unfortunately, in India, we don't have that HBO app, so I believe we have to still stick to the other services as of now. Now, for my advice to HBO Max is this: since a huge series, a most hyped series or a movie made into series is coming, which is the Zack Snyder's Justice League, they need to try to invest as much they can, and they need to widen their circle, and they have to plan. Because I just heard, like, Brazil got their Disney Plus 2 days back. Still too late. So I don't want people like searching the Snyder Cut over torrents or somewhere else, or they have to wait for it. Because in India, that's what we do. We go to the torrents and we get it, the pirated versions, whatever. But like movie like the Snyder Cut or series needs to be watched in an HBO Max thing, and they need those numbers. They really need those numbers. And to get those numbers, we have to subscribe it, and for that, they have to spread it, right? They have to like make sure everyone in the world gets HBO Max, or they release it no matter anyway. Because I know Disney Plus in India, it came partnered with Disney Plus Hotstar. I don't know how HBO Max is going to do that, but they have to figure it out, because I know this HBO rights, this HBO content has been distributed into many streaming servers in India, and to HBO Max come into picture, they have to actually like cancel all the contracts or wait for the contracts to end. So I know there are a lot of backstory and groundwork to it, but let's not talk about it as of now. So lastly, before going, I just want to say, everyone, what do you think, which streaming service is the best? I know that's not fair to say which is the best, because I believe all of you might have some favorite series or some favorite movies coming up in any one of those streaming services. So, and yes, of course, do you have the subscriptions for all the streaming services, all the 4 that I've mentioned? Just keep HBO Max aside as of now. The 3, okay, take it Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus Hotstar, or you have just Netflix, or just Amazon, or of course you've been using your friend's ID or dad's ID or someone else's ID to watch it, whatnot. Okay, I say it's an age of streaming services, and we are part of the streaming services, and we are more comfortable to it. And I could say it's like, as people say about comfort food, we say this is our comfort entertainment, because it's handy, it's mobile, and you can watch it anytime, any place, anywhere. And of course, as Netflix says, Netflix and chill, it does have a different meaning to it, but still, that's about these streaming services. So guys, do like, subscribe, and do let us know about your favorite streaming services, or what do you want about the streaming service. And do let me know, okay, like, do you want movies to get released in streaming services rather getting way delayed, like a year or 4-5 months? Or do you still want them to get delayed and get released in the movie theater so that you can enjoy them in IMAX? I know it's great to watch in IMAX, but that again. So until next time, this is Hannibal. Bye bye.